Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is absolutely fantastic. It looks like there's an offer, or maybe not even an offer, there's an invite coming to you this week, and this invite is going to see you in the right place at the right time. This is one of those moments of synchronicity where things just come together for you, and the Wheel of Fortune has a tendency to expand everything that it touches, or certainly foretell events that are expansive in some way, shape or form. So this week it looks like there's an invite, Leo, and I have to say it might be an invite to somewhere that is Virgo, sorry, this is Virgo. This is definitely for Virgo sun sign, Virgo moon sign and Virgo rising. Sorry about that. There's definitely an invite coming to you this week, but the thing about this invite, it's going to be at a distance to you. This isn't going to be something that is close by. It will tend to be, whenever you see the Wheel of Fortune, it usually is things that are much further away from you. Now, if this is not necessarily an in-person invite, it might be an invite for you to think philosophically about what you believe, or about where it is that you really kind of sit in terms of your stance on something. But there's going to be an invite this week that has the potential to really change things up for you, and it will see you in the right place at the right time, or maybe connecting with the right person that you need at any given moment. So let's have a look at your cards for your actions and your path ahead. This week you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is all about your money, right? This is really whatever it is that you're starting this week, Virgo. Bloody hell, really, Raph, come on. Whatever you're starting this week, Virgo, your Ace of Pentacles right next to the Wheel of Fortune, this is going to be something that is with you for the next year. This is going to be something that you're working on over the course of a year's time. So why do I say that? Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, but as a time sequence, the Ace of Pentacles is 1 year. Right next to the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune represents the cycle of things, right? So this is one single year. So whatever it is that you're starting, beginning, maybe a new job, maybe you're going after a new source of revenue or new source of income, maybe you're looking at a new house or somewhere new to live, whatever you're connecting to, creating, making or starting this week will be with you for at least a year to come. It might be something that you work on for a year before you even see any results, but you must start it, because under these cards, this is great. This is, you know, is a really, really great energy for you to immerse yourself into, let's say. For your communications and conversations, you got the Devil card, right? So this week it looks like you've got to wrap up some loose ends. There are some tough conversations that you might have to have, and I've got to be honest with you, Virgo, because it is the Devil card, right, and this falls in, it's in your reading this week. You might need to look at maybe some of your patterns of behavior, or maybe some of your patterns of speech, or maybe some of your patterns of approaches to things. It's funny because in the Leo video, I talked about, you know, my old approach to everything just used to be like, right, attack it, you know, rah! And I, you know, over the course of my years, I've become a bit like a cheese. I'm starting to soften a bit, you know, not smell though. But yeah, when it comes to your communications and conversations this week, you might be asked to look at your old patterns, maybe some of the old stances. You know, I talked about this earlier, some of the old stances that you fall back on, maybe some of the things that you're looking at in terms of the way that you react to things or speak about things. This week you could be discovering where those are sort of crutches, or where maybe they're boundaries that you forged in the fires of your life. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes When we've had a certain experience because of some aspect of who we are that, you know, we can't really change, it's very easy to build up sort of a callus on the psyche where you can kind of just shut it out, and it's a defense mechanism, right? This week you could be discovering what some of your defense mechanisms are, and you could be really saying to yourself, right, okay, you know what, that served a purpose up until now. Not entirely sure how it's going to be relevant at this moment in time. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because your Devil card tends to bring something, again, it's one of those cards of where something in your, you know, one of the skeletons in your closet comes back to bite you in the bum. And the best way to deal with any sort of Devil card experience, acknowledge it, observe it, allow it to be, you know, say, all right, okay, it is what it is. Thanks for that. Thank you, next, you know, just keep it moving. But it does need to be looked at so that it can be assimilated or eradicated if need be. Your money and materials, you have the Emperor, very proactive about the finances this week, very almost not forceful, but, you know, something pioneering even. It kind of looks like you're either aligning with some sort of financial institution. For a lot of you, this could be an opportunity to get ahead financially in some way, shape or form, but it's going to come through Emperor-like things. So this is either something that you haven't done before. I mean, and I hazard this because I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't shoot me in the butt for it later. This could be one of the best weeks of the year to invest. If you're going to invest or anything like that and you've got that kind of stuff, this could be one of the better weeks of the year for it. That's as much as I will say. But yeah, when it comes to money, it looks like you're marshalling your resources for some sort of big purchase. I mean, it looks really great because this falls underneath the Ace of Pentacles. Just remember in the background though, you've got that Devil card. So just consider where it is that you know, everyone likes opulence. And the thing is with Virgos, you know, you guys tend to be a bit more pragmatic, you know, a bit more sensible, but I kind of feel like maybe this week you might just be like, oh fuck it, you know what, let's blow the budget. Just try to curb that sort of that feeling. Your rule, no, sorry, your Mercury ruled, ignore that. For your love and relations this week, you have the Eight of Swords. For those of you that are single or newly seeing somebody, it does look like a certain somebody is starting to feel quite stifling. Whoever this person is. Now, it falls next to the Emperor, so this could be somebody that is either in a position of authority, somebody that's well respected in their profession, somebody that has a title profession. It looks like the whole thing between you is becoming a little bit stifling. You know, it's just a bit like you know, the confines of a relationship can either make you or break you. They can either be the platform that you ascend on, or they can be the box that you feel shut into. And this week I feel like it's the latter. For your Eight of Swords as well, in terms of your love relationships, it could see you having an experience or having the conversation where you just say, you know what, I don't feel like there's enough freedom here. You know, it could be really asking you to address where you're either holding back or where you feel like you're being held back in some way, or maybe even censored for some of you. Maybe you're giving a mute version of yourself because you're not sure how the other person's going to handle it. And you're like, you know what, I'm not sure I'm prepared to keep doing that. For those of you that are partnered, a bit of a different energy. This looks like some aspect of one of your pasts, or maybe your collective past, is coming up for review. With this Eight of Swords, the way that you guys are going to regain your power as a couple is whatever it is, you need to accept that, and it might be an old pattern, it might be an old habit, it might be an old addictive habit that comes up for one of you, and so therefore comes up for both of you. If it's not your habit specifically, but it's your partner's, this is the time where you really need to step up for them. If it's the other way round, vocalize that opinion. You know, because I kind of feel like this week that's the thing that could cause an issue in relationships. If one of you sort of goes down an old path and gets a bit sort of hazy and crazy and nobody steps in, you know, sometimes just putting your hand on someone's arm and saying, Is that really, do you really want to go down that path again? Sometimes that's what somebody needs to snap them out of where they're at. All right, but for the most part, this is a really great week for you guys. I think it's going to be an interesting mixed bag, you know. It's kind of like a pick and mix, you know. There's lots of different sweets in there. You might not like necessarily all of them, but they're still sweets. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.